Good evening and welcome to Monday MAME Mule Edition, otherwise known as Monday Mule, perhaps. I'm just gonna play some Mule tonight. If you don't know what Mule is, it's a 1983 game published by Electronic Arts, developed by Ozark Software, and a lot of people consider this to be a really awesome game. So I am one of them actually, and it's best multiplayer. It's a four-player game. If you don't have people to fill in all the slots, the computer components fill in for you. So I'm going to play some of that today with three computer opponents, unfortunately. It's still going to be a fun game, though, and I've been kind of wanting to play this for a little bit, so I'm going to do that. I tried to get my buddy Kevin to join me at the last minute, but he's a little occupied. I know I can probably at some point round up a four-player game of this, so I will try to do that eventually, but tonight I'm just going to play it by my old self. So I'm playing on the Commodore. This is available on originally on Commodore 64 and Atari 8-bit computers. I always had the Commodore one growing up, so I'm most familiar with that version. Some people swear by the Atari one. The Atari version has 4-player support with all joysticks, which is nice. Commodore has 4-player support, but it has like a kind of a hacky workaround that uses the keyboard, so maybe that's the reason why people prefer the Atari. But this intro is classic, and so is the music, so I'll shut up for a minute. Okay, I shut up for maybe 20 seconds. So you can see the Ozark people off Ozark Softscape. Dan Bunton, he made a lot of cool games. I should say she because he transitioned to Danny Bunton eventually, actually. I think she died of cancer in '98, I believe. Roy Glover is the one who made this fantastic theme song. And it was published by Electronic Arts, as you can see. You have marching from right to left are all the different aliens you can choose from. They're mostly different just by appearances, except the humanoid species is like difficult level, while the flapper, it's like a bird-like creature, is the easy level. I usually play with one of the others. Yeah, so why don't we begin? This is one of my favorite games, and again, it is best with multiple players because then you can yell at each other and screw each other over or coordinate depending on how you're feeling. But you can choose only one player if you like to. You can even play with no players and you just watch 4 computer opponents go at it. The basic idea is you're these 4 aliens and or the human colonizing this planet known as Errata, which is Atari spelled backwards. Excuse me. And you're trying to become basically the richest of the 4, as well as making the colony itself, the colony as a whole, is all 4 of you doing well. So you have like a communal point system, like it's all added up, and you have your own separate points. So you're trying to do well while not totally destroying everybody else, or you kind of all lose. So let's begin. That's the basic premise. So you have to chime in on your controller. Just me. I can choose a control color. There, what is there? Purple, blue, green, and orange, I believe. So it just cycles through them, and you snatch up the one you want by pressing the button. I don't know. I guess I'll do blue. Here's your species. Again, we have the easy one, which is the flapper from the Boyard Drop Galaxy. All flappers receive an extra $600 in their nest egg. Beginner species. Then we have the hard one, which is the humanoid from the Earth systems. Humanoids start with $400 less because they are too smart. Expert species. Otherwise, we have the rest that are all the same, basically. The Legite is from the Afghani plains. Legites have their feet on the ground, head in the clouds, and legs everywhere. To the right, we have the Spheroid, who's a big fat blobby guy. From the Roldo system, spheroids are well-rounded pioneers that hate square corners and straight lines. And over to the left, we have the Bonzoid from the Armpole Galaxy. Bonzoids love climbing and are often found hanging around in the mountains. Top left, we have the Mectron, which is what all the computer opponents play. Evolved from a robotic mutation, Mectrons are quick deciders and efficient doers. Now you can play as them, but They don't when the computer plays as them, they get a $200 bonus to their starting wealth because they're kind of they're AI, they're not perfect. But when you play as one, you do not get that bonus. And growing up, we kind of all chose not to pick Mectrons because it felt like being traitorous to our species. I don't sound silly, but it was like the computers always chose them, so we never wanted to be like them. Computers sometimes get dirty, and we would like kind of collectively gang up on them or just boo at them. Anyway, Gossamer is from the Nekite galaxy. The Gossamers love land. To get it, they are willing to stick their necks out. Haha. And lastly, the Packer from the Silicon system. They love food and make excellent farmers when they don't gobble their crop. Alright, that's all of them. If you would like to chime in with a suggestion, I'll take that suggestion. Otherwise, I'll just pick one at random, basically, except I will not pick the easy or the difficult. Guys, back in the day, if you were able to basically win the game against 4 computer opponents as the humanoid who is difficult, you could take a picture and submit it to I guess Electronic Arts, and you get like this signed award kind of thing. And I actually did that, but it was a little late. I think it was like the early 90s by then, and they weren't doing that. They weren't offering that anymore, so I missed out. Anyway, I think I will. Alright, Halo Arturo. Arturo says, the round guys who like food. That's like me, right? The Packer. We used to love the Packers a lot in my family for some reason, because they're cute, I guess. So much that we used to say that this drum beat in the background was actually kind of saying purple Packer. So somebody would always want to play as the purple colored Packer, because the beat is going purple Packer, purple Packer, purple Packer, Packer, Packer. I know it's ridiculous, but we just had so much fun with this game back in the day, and I still play it once in a while. Anyway, this is a Packer. Let's play the blue Packer then. Am I purple? I guess I am purple. Was there a different? I don't know. Whatever I am, I'm something Packer. Let's go for it. Okay, so yeah, I am the. Actually, I think I'm blue. Just the color looks a little different than what I'm used to. It looks slightly off. So the purple one is the one from the second from the left, and I am the blue Packer. Okay, so a brief overview about what's going to happen is I'm going to press my button to start, and there's 12 turns in the game. Each turn has a few phases. First thing you do is land grab, and it's going to be like a rectangular cursor that cycles row by row across the map that you're going to see, and you claim a plot of land. All players try to do that, and you press the button. You have to like be quick with your speed. You have to get the timing right. You have to beat the other guys out. If you tie with another player, you both click the button at the same time. Whoever is in a lesser place, like if you're in 4th place, you get the priority over somebody who's in, say, 2nd place. Starting out, there are 4. Well, everything's unclaimed, but a lot of players try to grab the river spaces because they are rare. There's only 4 of them on the whole map, and the river spaces are good for growing food on. But there's also mountain spaces, which are good for mining smith ore, which is a mineral that is used for making these robotic mules that serve on your plots of land. I guess I should just jump into it and keep going. And you kind of explain as you go. But one more thing, the plains areas are good for producing energy. So I'm going to probably do my usual strategy, which is grab up some food first. It's kind of basic. I sometimes go wild with the different crazy strategies, but if I'm kind of coming from like a demonstrative point of view, or educational, just showing you what the game is like. So I'm going to not get too crazy. So we're standing by to land on the planet Irata, which is Atari spelled backwards. So there's our ship with the 4 colonists. And we're going to march. After every turn, you'll march across the bottom, go to the left and then up, and it'll display all your scores and break it down per area, like money, land, and goods. At the start, we're all equal, except the dirty computer players start with $200 extra because they are garbage. They're garbage beings. Anyway, let me know how the volume is. I think it's probably a little on the low side, but I'll always accept feedback for adjusting the volume. Yeah, so I'm technically in last place, so if I am grabbing a plot of land and I tie with somebody else to claim, the tiebreaker will go to me for now. So I'm going to try to grab a river plot of land, which is those 4 you see in the center column. And those will be the best for producing food. I like to get the ones nearest to the store if possible, because the store is the place in the center. Okay, someone beat me to it, even though I thought we tied. But all right, so it's up to me. I'm the only one left. So I grabbed my river. Green has a mountain plot, and purple has a plains, which is good for energy. The more mountains that are on a plot, the better it is at producing smith ore. So the green guy has a good smith ore producing plot. Orange and I are good at food, and purple has a good energy producing plot. Each turn we're going to grab up more and more plots. And right now we have a special event that randomly happens, land for sale. You kind of went automatically. So what we're doing here is we're driving up the price. Whoever offers the most gets to buy the land. It's usually worth at least 500 because each plot of land gives you 500 points, if that makes sense. But usually people go a little bit more just for the utility of the land. Okay, I'm probably going to stop there. Let him just spend 608 because that would have been a significant percentage of my money. Another one's for sale, and this would be good for orange if you didn't just blow all his money. So this is another, as you can see, it's another river plot that's about to be sold. And one of the things in this game is if you have plots next to each other that you own, they help each other produce the goods that you're trying to produce on that plot of land. Once again, I got taken off guard while I'm talking. All right, so it's a little higher than I'd like again. One thing you can do is try to drive them up by doing this. So then they can trick you and go back down, so you got to play it not too crazily. Okay, so he bought it for purple bought it for 638.6. And now we each take our turns. This is the development phase in which we put mules on our plots of land to develop one kind of resource or another. So orange put food on the river and smith ore on the plains. Now he's looking for a mineral called crystite that can appear anywhere. And when the computer plays, it just kind of gives you this high level of what they're putting and where. When the players play, human players play, you actually run across the map, and you'll see when I go. So this is a random event. Every turn you can have a random event. The green players guy won the colony swamp eel eating contest and collected $50. And this is, kind of like yuck. It's kind of like, a Monopoly, you get a chance card or something like that. So he put smith ore, which is expected because the mountain plot is good for that. He found low crystite. Low crystite there. So when you find the way crystite works, it's a valuable mineral, and if you find a low plot, that means there's a medium level of it next to it somewhere, and next to the medium somewhere is a high. And obviously, the higher the crystite, the more you get when you mine there. So purple found a dead moose rat and sold the hide for $50. Alright, so what I'm going to do when it's my turn is just put on some food on that river plot, and if I have time left, we found medium where on his energy there's medium. Okay, so I got to remember that. But anyway, when you have time left in your turn, and you'll see what I mean by that, you can run around hunting for this creature called the Wumpus, who gives you money if you catch him. So I got the museum bought your antique. Of course I would have an antique personal computer. Well, your antique personal computer for 200. Wow, that's not bad. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put the food down and try to hunt for the Wumpus. I'll hold him hostage and he will pay me a ransom for his release. So now you're going to see my turn looks different from the computer's because it doesn't really zoom in on the computer's playing. So here's me. I can go to the mule corral here. I spent 100 on a mule. Forgive me if I go a little fast. I have a time limit. I can outfit the mule for food. That means I pay a little money and now it's equipped to farm. So I'm going to place it on this little house here. And now I am equipped for farming. One thing I'm going to do now, actually, that I almost forgot about is assay. That is to check for crystite on the plot. I knew there's medium above me, so that means a high is somewhere next to that medium. And I return to the office. Oops. It says high crystite, so I know the plot to the right of my farm can give me a lot of this valuable mineral if I claim it before the other guys do. Okay, I just caught the Wampus. He gave you his treasure chest, $100, to let him go free again. So now I have a little bit of time left. What I have to do is I have to run to the pub back in the store area. If I miss that out, I miss out on free money basically. So the timer at the bottom right is going down, but I beat the timer and I went to the pub and gambled for some money. You always win when you gamble at the pub. Okay, I know I'm speaking kind of fast, but the game just goes, so I have to do that. Okay, our special event for the end of our turn basically is a pirate ship came and stole all the crystite on the board. That means all the crystite that we own. There's none that we own yet. It's all in the ground. Okay, any questions? Gonna take a sip of water. So now we're gonna do the actually what you see is the production on each plot of land. How many units of each kind of resource have been produced. So my food plot, the blue farm, produced 4, and of course it just goes without me sometimes. So we go through one resource at a time. It tells you how many you produced, and you can trade them. So green has 4 smith ore, and none of the rest of us have any. At the bottom it says how many the store has. Now the store uses, I know I'm talking a lot, uses every 2 bars of smith ore to make a mule. If it cannot make mules, then mules become scarce. They cost more at the store, and you can eventually run out. The price is not high enough for green to feel like he wants to sell it. You need fuel to take your turn in the game. If you don't have food, you that time meter at the right of the screen when you're playing is very low because you're starving or something. So we all have an abundance of food except for green. So we're probably all, and that's, food doesn't really last long, it spoils. So we're probably all going to go up to the top to sell. That's the sell section. While green is going to be at the bottom. And he's going to run up to us to buy food. So I'm going to run down to sell to him, because all the other guys are going to do that too. I just know the AI well enough by now. Okay, I sold 2, which was my surplus, and then it bumped me back into the top because I hit my what they call the critical level, which means everything you need is the critical level. So now green has enough food, and none of mine is going to spoil, so I'm okay, but purple is going to have some spoilage. And now we look at energy. You need the energy to power your mules. Each mule you have costs an energy per turn, and we kind of don't have a lot except for purple here. Also, I think you need 1 just off the bat, maybe? I'm trying to think of why I need 2. Anyway, whatever. It could be I have the math a little wrong. So the store is selling it for 45, you can see at the top right, and it also has 8 units, so we can buy a bunch. I'm probably going to buy a bunch because I plan on producing crystite next turn if I can grab that plot of land that had the high crystite. So I'm going up, and I will break ties because I'm in last place, so look, I get favored first. But I kind of messed up moving up to the store here. Okay, I'll just leave it at buying 3, because energy can spoil too. Food spoils. What happens is any food you don't use, half of it gets spoiled. Same thing for energy, but it's only a quarter of it. So I might have bought 1 too many energy, but I'm a little rusty. So now we have our new positions. I am in second, and that was 1 full turn of MULE out of 12. Now there is a simpler version of this that's good for beginners, because anyone who's watching this for the first time is probably like a little bit dizzied right now, but I'm just jumping into the full advanced mode because that's what I prefer. And you know, if you're not the one playing, it doesn't matter if you're a little bit confused at first, I guess. But you can see our total scores. I'm just a hair behind green. It's not necessarily good to be in first because, like I was saying a minute ago, the lesser ranked people get to take the tiebreaker, and that includes when you're trying to grab the plot of land. So somebody else is actually most likely going to grab the crystite plot that I want before me. But I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to try to have a backup in mind in case I miss it, though. Probably I'll just get I don't know, either a smith ore or a plains area. Alright, so yeah, if I miss it, I'll grab, I don't know, something. Okay, orange grabbed his. Yeah, the rest are gonna, oh, okay, so 2 grabbed there. Damn, he beat me. Alright, kind of what I thought would happen, but So now I have a 2 mountain area which I could use for smith ore production, I guess. I'm disappointed, but that's what happens. Okay, so we have a land for sale. It is costing 576, which is not bad. Purple and orange simply cannot afford it. Green is being a little conservative, I guess. Like another one is next to mine. And as I said earlier, when you have land next to each other, they produce better. So that would be good for me to buy. But I would have like barely any money left. It costs 516, and I have 598. So that would not be enough money for me to work with. So I have to pass. And again, green is being conservative. Okay, green's up. What's he gonna do? Okay, but energy on his plains. He found medium crystite there. I actually keep hunting for his crystite. Low crystite over there. Low over there. So the medium, the energy, green energy plot has a high either above it or below it. Sorry, above it or to the left. I just got a negative event, hence the sad music that just played. So let's see what happens. One of your mules lost a bolt. Repairs cost you $75 for a bolt. Okay, so let's see what I want to do. I could make one energy and one smith, or for the moment I'm good with the energy because I bought some. Maybe I'll just make the smith ore and hunt around for some crystite with the rest of my time. So let's do that. Mules are cheap now. They're only 70. So this is the smith ore outfitting area. That costs 75 to outfit for smith ore. Oh, come on, go, go, go. Let's look for some crystite. Oh, there's a wampus. Oh, got him again. Nice. If you can get him once per turn, you're doing pretty well. The NES version of this game has an unfortunately super easy wampus to catch. Kind of ruins the fun of the entire game. Okay, so I checked the soil above that energy plot that I was talking about, and it has low crystite. I guess I'll just go to the pub. Not enough time left to do much else. I think I said earlier that the energy, the high crystite must be either above or to the left of the energy. And I don't remember if we actually established that the low crystite was to the right and below it, but I guess we must have. Having a little bit of a brain fart. Now the computer, Purple's being dumb. He just ran out of time for one thing, so he didn't get his gambling money. Also, he's mining crystite where he has medium crystite and not where he has high. I guess he wants the smith ore. Anyway, what happened here? Relative died and left you a vast fortune. But after taxes, you only got $100. Damn you, tax man. Energy. Putting energy. Sometimes the computer does these bizarre things. Actually, two of them are developing energy on the water. You can do that, but it works better on the plains. By the way, on this stage, if you see the lower right, on the lower right of each plot of land, there are these tiny dots, and that gives you the average amount of production you'll have per turn. So you can, if you look at the energy ones, they produce 2 on water, on the rivers, and 3 on the plains. And you can see food produces 4 on the rivers. And if you look at the smith ores, it depends on how many mountains are there. My smith ore plot averages 3. If you look at the lower right dots, and the green one that's two squares above mine, that produces 4 because it has 3 mountains. That's how taxes work in Mexico too. That's true, Arturo. So the store just burned down, meaning there's no stock of anything. If I was sharper right now, I would think of a good strategy here. Like I could potentially buy a ton of smith ore from these guys to hoard it, and the price will skyrocket. But it looks like everybody's selling, and I'm on the sell side too, so I might as well go along with that before the price tanks. The prices adjust between turns if you didn't notice. So right now, yeah, the store ran dry because of the fire. And green only sold one of it. Interesting. But now we've populated the storehouse again. They should have what do we have? 11 units of Smith ore again. Crystite. Crystite's interesting. It doesn't actually affect the in-game mechanics at all. You don't need it for anything, and the price is not subject to supply or demand. It's at 68 now. It's just a random roll of the dice every turn, and 68 is on the low side. So if he's coming down, I might just buy. It often goes above 100. There's only one unit of crystite, so it's not gonna it's not gonna make me rich, but I might get like 40 or 50 bucks profit from that transaction. And now we have food. How are we doing in food? I saw some of these guys turn their rivers into energy, so I was kind of suspecting that we wouldn't have a ton of food. So that everybody's starving but me, and I only have one surplus to give, so I'm going to hang out on the sell side up top and let them beg. So the price, since there's no store at the top, there's no store selling, they can keep going up and up and up and up and up, and the price will keep going up until I have mercy on them and come down. Beg for food, little peasant. I'm going to have a drink now while they beg for food. So some of them are going to have to bow out. Oh, they're already bowing out. All right, Orange, you want your food? Keep begging. I can only give one, so they're still in trouble. And the time's going to run out soon. All right, so let's do it. Okay, I sold one for 154 bucks, which is very nice for me. And energy. Okay, so I'm only gonna have two because I'm not producing it yet. I'll have to buy from one of these jerks. But they looks like orange and green have quite a surplus, so they'll probably come down pretty low. Because again, a quarter of energy is just gonna spoil. So all I need to buy is one even for now. So I can hang out at the 10 level, which you can see on the lower left. That's the minimum I can go for. Oh, it looks like purple's buying too, and they're not coming down. Ooh, alright. I guess I'll have to beg a little bit. They're like, we're gonna return the favor. You made us beg for food. Oh. Okay, just one. Alright. I got my one for, what did I pay? I don't remember. 40 something? Yeah, I paid 42, I think. So I got what I need. And I made quite a profit from that one unit of food. I'm in first place. Which again is good and bad, because it means I get the bad fortune. I don't get to break ties. But it means I'm doing better than them. What do we have? The colony has a shortage of what? Food? Yeah, it gives you a notice when you have a shortage of something at the bottom. So overall, we need more food. Which is pretty obvious if you paid attention to the auction phase. Okay. So what do I want to do? I'm doing alright with food. I could make more. I could actually grab a food plot, whatever plot next to my river, and make that food. And then the two will be next to each other and produce more. And I can plop an energy on my plains towards the bottom right of the screen. So why don't we attempt that strategy? I'll try to grab that plain to the left of my farm. Come on. Okay, I got it. So that'll be my strategy. Put down some more food and energy, which means I won't be checking for crystite too much. I won't be wampus hunting too much, because usually when you try to put down 2 mules, that's like most of your turn, like maybe 80% of your turn. Your mining mules, okay, I have one of those, have deteriorated from heavy use and cost $50 each. Okay, so I have one mining mule. That means the smith ore. Anytime you get that message, it's counting all your crystite mules as well as your smith ore mules. So in my case, I just have one smith ore, so it costs me 50. All right, let's hit the ground running here. We're going to get a farm and energy. Mules are plentiful again because we restored the stock pretty well. plop this mule down here. You have to be careful when you press the button to place it, because if you miss the little house, it makes you let your mule go. It's just gone forever. And that can be annoying, but it's also a valid strategy. You can let mules go. You can buy them from the store and let them go to drive up Smith or prices, which is a real thing. So it's kind of an advanced strategy. Okay, I do have a little bit of time left. I can try to get a Wampus maybe, but it's risky. If it happens to appear like right here or something. No, let's go. $61 gambling. Okay, no special events for green. He has less time to do stuff because of the food shortage. All he did was go to the pub. He didn't do anything. He probably had a very short food meter. If it actually displayed it to us, we could have seen that. But again, the computer players just have this abstracted view. You don't actually see what happens. Okay, he converted his energy mule up top to... Ooh, there's the high crystite to the left. He converted his energy mule up top to food. I should try to grab that crystite next turn, but I have a feeling everybody else is going to grab it. And I already knew by process of elimination that it was there, but I kind of focused on the food this turn. So your off-world investment, this is orange. Off-world investments in artificial dumbness paid $150 in dividends. Alright, artificial dumbness. Food shortage for orange. He's the sucker I sold one food to for like 100 plus. He's making food again too. Alright, so probably we'll be good with our food situation this turn, but green is still going to have to beg a little bit. Fire in the store again? Interesting. Alright, I guess I'll have to sell more Smith or... I'm tempted to try to just buy all their Smith or and see if I can hang out until the prices go up. I don't know if I have a lot of money to work with at the moment. I have 518. Green's gonna have a ton of Smith or, so I won't be able to buy him out. It's gonna cost too much. So I'll probably just jump on the selling bandwagon with them. Oh, green's not selling, huh? Oh, I think I'm gonna hang out. How much does purple have again? He sold 5. Okay, so the store is going to make 2 mules with the 5 it has, because each mule takes 2 bars of Smith ore. And yeah, they're still going to have a low amount, and the price might go up. And crystite is up to 96 again. Not again, now. But again, it is a random price. You never know what it's going to cost. It doesn't follow any supply and demand. Purple selling anyway. I usually wait till at least 100, because enough random turns and enough random rolls of the dice per turn, and it'll go up to at least 100. Sometimes it's like higher, like 130, maybe like 150 even, but I'm not sure. But of course, if you need the money, it's good to sell it at a lesser price. Now we have food, and it is very pricey, but we all have some coming in now. Yeah, so I'm still food man. I'm the packer. Purple and orange have 3 between them, so they can feed Mr. Green, who needs 3. So I might have to come down to beat them to the sale. But otherwise, I'm going to sell 5 at a minimum price of 97, because that's the lowest that the store, the store price is 97. All right, let's go. I'm probably just going to go right down. Let's do it. Oh, they're not going. Okay, I was trying to beat them, but they're not even coming down. Okay, fine. So he bought the 3 he needs, and now these guys are coming down. They didn't want to. They were hoping that we could all hang out at the top and let green beg and drive up the price, but I was being too nice. Not really nice though. I'm still looking out for myself mostly. But the problem is, if you all try to hang out at the top, then all it takes is one player to sort of break that holding pattern and come down, and then he gets to get the money for the sales. So now we're at energy. I am producing energy now, so I should be okay. Looks like purple has a problem. I cannot help him with his problem, but orange and green can, and they're probably going to come down and sell because they're going to have some spoilage. So I might be able to buy like maybe 2 or 3 at the low price of 14. Okay, they're not coming down yet. I'll hang out at 14. Oh, nope, he did. He kept going up, so it's not possible to do 14 anymore. Basically, the lower bound gets removed as you push up the price so far. But I can go to 32. They don't seem interested. They're gonna have a little bit of spoilage though, so I don't know what they're doing. Actually, I don't remember how many they had at this point, so maybe they're not gonna spoil. Alright, so we have no message at the bottom about shortages. We are up to turn 4. The game is about 25% over, which seems to be about right with stream time. I'd like to end this at about 10:30, about 2 hours long. Alright, so what am I going to do next? I'm going to try to grab that crystite plot if I can. If I can, I'll probably get an energy next to my other energy, maybe. Yes. No, it's not me. I grabbed the food. Okay, I totally got thrown off because I thought I was green for a moment for some reason. But yeah, I could make more food and that would be good. Food is still valuable. Alright, let's see. We got a land for sale. It's at 250 for the starting bid. That is a bargain. I'm going to go up a little more just to make sure green doesn't try to screw me over. Wow. I just got a plot of land for 270. And as I said earlier, it's in terms of your score, it's worth about 500. And then you can do stuff with it. So usually you're good spending like 500 or 600 on a plot of land, provided you have the money. So what's my plan here? I'm gonna move my food mule that's on the plains down to the river. Then I'll have 2 really good food mules, and then I'll put an energy mule on where I removed the food mule from, and then I'll maybe check that top plot of mine for crystite if I still have time. Actually, we know where the 2 highs are, don't we? Already, we know the 2. It's only 2 high crystites on the board in the entire game, except for this meteor that can come and land. It's like a random event, and that can produce, that can put down another high crystite plot, basically. All right, so I'm gonna do what I said, except instead of looking for crystite, let's start over. I'm gonna move the food mule that's on the empty plains area down to the river, put an energy mule there, and maybe Wampus Hunt. I don't know. I am considering I don't remember how well Smithor does on plains. Probably not great, because I could actually have a Smithor above my current Smithor, and then the 2 would be next to each other and they would work better. But I think the baseline for mining in the plains is not great. Like, it might be 1 to start with. Anyway, let me just do something. Let's get going. So we're going to do what I said. First of all, that's the first step for sure. Why don't we try the Smithor? I just don't remember how much it's worth in terms of production on the plains. I have a feeling it's not great. But is it 1 or 2? That's what I don't remember. I'll try to get energy at the top left if I have time, but it's going to be pushing it. Come on, go, go, go. I always get stuck in these mountains, though. Okay, let's push it. Let's push it. We're going to push it. Shoot, this is crazy. It's crazy. Go, go, go. I'm probably going to miss the pub, but it might be worth it. Go, 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 go. Whew, I made it. $107 gambling. You only win in gambling in this pub. Alright, nice. Green put down a crystite in the place where there's high crystite, so that makes sense. No crystite over there to the right. $117 gambling. How's everyone doing tonight? I like to chat with you. Has anybody watching played this game before? Your mule was just judged best built at the colony fair. You won $100. That's like the it's like the Monopoly thing where you become second place in a beauty contest. Energy and Smithor over there, okay. No crystite. This is why the computer gets $200 extra to start with, because it's kind of dumb sometimes. You just received a package from your homeworld relatives containing 3 food and 2 energy. They just shipped like a, what's an energy, like a battery or something? Or a solar panel, I don't know. So another rule in this game that increases your production is every 3 plots of one resource you produce makes them all produce an extra one. So where I'm at, I have 3 different resources, but I only have 2 of each. So if I can get 1 more of each, that'll be better. Oh, here comes a meteor strike that always deposits high crystite. So now we have to remember where that is and try to grab it. They're probably going to beat me because I'm doing too well and I lose the tiebreakers all the time. Yeah, so the Smithor I was concerned about, you can see it. The one that's the one I just placed, that one only produces 1 on average. So that's not great, but being next to the other Smithor, it helps improve it. Being adjacent gives each a bonus, and every 3 throughout the entire screen you have produce a bonus. Okay. So Smithor, we're all just producing tons of it. It's not going to be worth much. It doesn't spoil. The store has 1 unit. If I had tons of money, I could just buy it all from them if they're selling. And then next turn it would be really expensive probably. But I have a feeling we're all going down, yeah. So I might as well join the bandwagon, I guess. Yeah, it's not going to be worth anything for a while. And you can hoard. Smithor doesn't spoil. But I feel like they're all going nuts with Smithor anyway, so they're going to keep producing it. That's the one thing I noticed these computer players do. They just go nuts on Smithor very often. Next up is crystite. It's not expensive now. It's 72. Like I said, it often goes above 100 and it's totally random. But if they want to sell, maybe I'll buy a few. Since I'm doing it pretty good with money, I have some extra money. There are some players who say you should never buy crystite. I kind of disagree, because if you're this early in the game, you have enough turns for it to randomly go pretty high and make a profit. Food. How are we doing on food now? I know I'm doing great. I'm not sure how we're overall doing. Okay, it looks like green sucks, purple there, and me and orange are good. So they have a need of 3, plus 1 is 4. And the store has some. And they're selling for 98. The store's selling for 98. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to sell for sure. It's trying to juggle the maximum, trying to juggle the best value out of it. So I think I'm gonna come down. Yeah, because I just had a feeling orange would come down. Try to stay 1 step ahead of orange. Okay, he beat me to purple, unfortunately, so I'll sell 2 more at the store. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so next turn I'm going to try to grab that high crystite plot from the meteor, and if I can't get that, maybe I'll just try to get energy or something. Maybe an energy that's next to one of my existing energies. I could definitely use more energy. Oh, if I don't grab this one surplus energy that the green guy has, actually, one of my mules won't produce next turn. So that sucks. And we're all going to be climbing up to green. Please give us energy. So green. Well, green's not selling. He's not selling. Wow. He just said F you all. Okay, this should be an interesting turn. We're gonna have a lot of low production. I'm just gonna be missing one of my mules basically, and now it's gonna tell us we have a shortage of energy. The colony has a shortage of energy. Okay, I'll remember that green. All right. Sorry, I didn't catch you, Arturo. I think you have an autocorrect typo. Not even being will do. Not even. Sorry, I think you made a typo. All right, let's grab that crystite plot, and if we fill out that, we'll grab the energy. Yes, I got the high crystite. Of course, maybe I should be more focused on energy given that last turn, but not even begging will do. Right. Oh, I was eyeing this one. I think I want to buy this. I could get my high crystite and maybe put. I mean, yeah, I have an idea. All right, let's just do it. Cool. It's at 210, which is extremely low. We're all driving up this price. Hopefully, I can get it because I am Mr. Moneybags in this game at the moment, and hopefully, I can get it for under, let's say, 600 or 700. I'm probably gonna stop at like. How high am I willing to go? I don't know. I can go more than that. Shoot, this is more than I want to spend, but. Alright, I bought it for 746. That's like half my money. I think it'll be worth it though. I got a negative event. Okay, this is damage to the energy mule. That sucks. The solar collectors on your energy mules are dirty. Cleaning cost you $50 each. Okay, for a total of 100. All right, my plan is top right crystal. Move that top smith ore that I have all the way up to my new mountain plot and put energy in its place. If I can do all that, that'll be a successful turn. Let's roll. You could argue I should do the energy first, but too late now. I'm greedy and want my crystite. Okay, next up, run to the smith ore mule. Sorry, Wampus, I can't hunt you now. Try to avoid the mountains because they slow you down. We gotta get that energy. This is really tight. Stupid mountains. Oh. So I only have $334, but if I didn't make that 108 gambling, I'd be really low right now. Negative event for orange. Flying cat bugs ate the roof off your house. Repairs cost $200. Ooh, poor orange. Or I could just say, ha ha. This orange guy, all he's doing is smith ore practically. He has one energy, one food, and a whole bunch of smith ore. And he's looking for crystite in all the wrong place. This game is so much more fun with all players who are not dumb AI, and you know, you can actually do an extra function you haven't seen so far. You can, if you press your buttons at the same time during auction, you can collude, and if you collude, only you and that other person can trade. So you can have like secret deals, like backroom deals. Anyway, what happened? Someone took pity on you and sent $150. Okay. Kind of missed the beginning of that sentence. So let's see what green does now. He's got a healthy crystite plot, but we all need energy, obviously. Now that I have 3 energy, they're each going to produce 1 more on average. So I'm happy with that. And I moved my Smith ore, even though I'm not going to get the adjacency bonus from the Smith ore, I did move it up to a 3 mountain plot, which should help my Smith ore. And with the amount that the store has, I don't even know if I care that much about Smith ore. I might actually replace it at some point. Anyway, he's doing more crystite. Yeah, I don't know why other... I mean, again, it's just dumb AI, but nobody's really beefing up their energy production. Green doesn't even have energy, any energy. Here's our production. I'm going to be missing 1 MULE worth of development due to that 1 energy I was missing. It looks like my crystite at the top right is not producing this turn. Oh, I got a pest attack. So this pest is going to eat all the food on that 1 plot of mine. So that sucks. I was going to have a ton of food otherwise. But, oh well. And you can see some of their plots didn't produce due to the energy shortage. Like in the top center, the purple farm has no food production. Oh man, I feel like I might be able to make a killing on food, but I just lost so much from the pest. Probably energy is where we're going to make a killing, actually. Smith ore. Everybody has a ton, basically. Same story. And since I'm low on money, that's another reason for me to just sell again. So nobody's played this game before? I see I have about 4 viewers, although it seems to be an estimate. YouTube doesn't really give you a perfect number all the time for some reason. Yeah, so now the store has 1,000,001 mules. I mean Smith ore to make mules. Okay, and now I have enough money to give me some, you know, wiggle room for buying stuff for negative events. Ooh, crystite is doing well. I think I'm going to sell. Unfortunately, my crystite did not produce due to the energy problem, and green is going to make out like a bandit here. So he might be in first place after this turn just because of this sale. It's going to be huge. Watch his money. Watch it. He has 1,300 now, and watch what happens to green's wealth in a moment. 1,300 goes to 3,200. How about that? Food. Okay, so food's not crazy pricey. I have 4. What do I need? I forget what determines what you need, but it always stays fairly low. Is it just flat 4? I think it goes up as you get more land, but it's like very gradual. Like maybe like every, I don't know, every 4 lands you have requires an extra food or something like that. I guess I will not participate in any trading because I'm at just the bare, you know, I'm just at the critical level. But these guys need their food. We're hungry robots. By the way, there's a couple of remakes of this game. There's one really good one I played called Planet M.U.L.E, which has online support. It has kind of modern graphics. You know, I mean, they're pretty basic, but they're better than this, I guess you could say. I think the different aliens have different powers in that one too, but I don't remember. But what it really lacks is couch co-op. You can only play online, which is disappointing. What's really cool is Planet M.U.L.E. You can try that out if you're interested in this in a more modern format. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying earlier, none of these guys are taking their energy shortage seriously, so I have 5 to spare, and they can come back. Excuse me. I'll just sit here. I know you have a lot of money to spare, Green, so I expect you to go very high. Fortunately, I should be trying to remember their needs, because if I let them all fall off the bottom, I might not get to sell all my 5. Yeah, see? So I have 4 left I want to sell, and they're not going too high. Come up, come up, come up. You know you want it. Jesus Christ. Just had to go to his level, or I would have missed out. Alright, so I'm still in first, even though Green got rich. But again, it's not always good. Ideally, you would be in last place all the time, but then somehow at the last turn, you would find a way to zoom up to the top, because then you get all the breaks. Colony has a shortage of energy. We knew that. I seem to be the only one taking that shortage seriously. Let's think about my turn. I don't really know. See, when the meteor crashes and plops crystite, there's high crystite in that plot, but unlike the high crystite plots that come with the land, it doesn't have medium next to it. It doesn't have low next to the medium. It's just one plot with high crystite. Alright, I'm trying to think what I want to do though. Sometimes you don't have anything particular in mind, specific in mind, so you just kind of... I mean, it could be good to get something next to my crystite plot anyway, because if there happens to be some, like maybe just low crystite there, it would be good to have the two adjacent to each other. But I'm not sure if there's low there. Alright, that'll be my goal though. I'll just grab the one below it, I think. I think there might be low there. Oh, someone else grabbed it. What am I doing? What am I doing? That one. Nope, they grabbed that. Then that one. Jeez. They took 2 out from under my nose. And you have to think quick. If you don't press the button on that last plot, the one I picked was the last plot. If you don't press your button just then, you lose out on a free land for the turn, which really is, it's really bad. But now there's a nice plot of land for sale. It's right next to my energy, so that's great for me. And I might as well just keep going with the energy, considering these guys are not producing any and they need a lot. But this price is going to get high. Green has a lot of money to spare, and he's probably going to have no qualms about sticking it to me if he can. Let's go up a little bit more for leeway, in case he goes up to the last second. Alright, so I spent a lot of money, 778. I think it's going to be worth it. Another land for sale, that would be great for Green, I guess, to continue with his crystite empire. Let's drive him up. The problem is he can come down at the last second and totally screw me. I can't play too dangerously. I'm coming down just so he can't screw me. Alright, so I got him up to 834 at least. By the way, what I just did, I drove him up to kind of hurt him a little bit, but that does decrease the colony's total score, because the colony's total score is the sum of the 4 players' score. And if I make him pay more money to the government or whatever, non-player entity, that just kind of hurts the colony overall. But I don't want him catching up to my score. So that's that's the whole treading the line between the whole colony doing well and trying to be the best in the colony. Anyway, what am I doing here? I could make 2 energy. Yeah, I'll just do that. I mean, nobody else seems to care about their shortage, so I'll just have tons of energy until I have so much that I can't really do anything with it, I guess. Yeah, let's go for it. I might wind up spoiling some, but I think it's okay. Like I might just have so much that some of it spoils. Because last turn they didn't really seem clamoring for as much energy as they should have been. Kind of just barely sold my surplus. So I'm going to be making so much, because every 3 gives you the bonus across all of them, all the energy, and every time they're next to each other, they get a bonus. So I have 3 next to each other, so they help each other out by 1. And I have, I think, 5 across the map, so everyone gets a bonus because I have at least 3 from that. And Green's probably going to make more crystite. Or will he bother to make energy, maybe? Let's see. Food shortage decreases time, so he doesn't have too much time to do stuff. For some reason, he's looking for more crystite in strange places, and he gambled. He doesn't want to bother making energy or more food for that matter. He had a food shortage still. I should plop a food plot down somewhere just so I have the 3 food. So that'll be my goal for next turn, perhaps. This is an amazing 4-player game, by the way. And they even made a board game out of this, like less than 10 years ago. Awarded you $200 for stopping the worm infestation. I would give anybody $200 to stop a worm infestation, whatever that is. I don't want to be part of it. So more crystite for purple. Even more. He just turned his energy into crystite. This is why you gotta play with people. I wonder if the Planet Mule AI is a little better than this. Oh my. So what this does is Planet Quake, mining production half of normal. All mining plots, that means the mules that produce crystite or smith ore, they all produce only half of what they normally produce. So every crystite and smith ore plot on this whole board here is gonna be cut in half. So my smith ore, as well as all these tons of crystite and my 1 crystite as well. But as you can see, my food and energy are doing amazing, especially the energy. But yeah, those guys invested so much in their crystite that they're going to be hurting. Smith ore at 57, it's about where it was before. I don't know, do I want to sell? I feel like it should be going down faster than it is, but this game has a lot of weird rules that you have to kind of learn through experience. Like, I think there might be something like smith ore never goes below 50 or something like that. I don't know. I think I'll just sell my 2 because again, they're going to sell like mad, and I wouldn't mind having more money at this point. There's another remake I heard of this called, what is it? There's a few remakes, I can't remember the other name, but there's also a new game, and you're hearing me right, for Commodore 64 that's based on this called something like, it's like a remake of this game, but it doesn't try to be MULE. It's called something like, I don't know, Space Colonist or something like that. I gotta look that up sometime. Maybe even play it on the stream. So I'm buying crystite for really cheap, because why not? Oops, I kind of messed that up. Alright, I bought 3 of them, that's fine. But yeah, I think it was this year, maybe last year, a 2020 game for Commodore 64. Sorry, it's 2021 now, but you get what I'm saying. A modern game for Commodore 64 inspired by MULE here. It doesn't have the same characters. I don't think it literally has mules, but it's called something like Space Colonist or Space Seller. So I have a surplus of 6 and they have a need for 3. Alright. I mean, I'll just let them beg and sell the 3. I'm probably going to lose a bit though, because half of the 3 will spoil. I forget if it rounds up or down. Now, the reason why I'm talking like that, if I let them come up the store at the bottom where I can sell, it's going to fade off into the distance. Oh, they're not. Okay, purple doesn't even care. Okay, in that case, maybe I'll just try not to let the store go away. So I'll sell at 95 and then come down to sell the rest to the store. Maybe purple will come up if I go down. You want to come up, purple? Alright, fine. I'll just sell my whole surplus. And lastly, we have the energy auction. Let's see how this looks. So 88 is the store price that they're buying at, and only Orange and I are even bothering to produce the damn stuff. Interesting. So again, I'm thinking, should I let them beg or come down to the store? I could definitely make a killing if they come up, but if they don't come up, I'll have some spoilage. And then I have to consider, is brown going to race? I mean, orange, is he going to race down? I'm probably going to go down, I think. I'm going to have a lot of spoilage if I don't get to sell this stuff. Okay, orange is not coming down too fast, though, so I just got to keep an eye on him. Stay a little bit lower. Okay, that's cool. Now I'll sell the rest to the store. Orange is like, hey, wait about me. What about me? I wanted to sell too. But one thing that's really cool about this game when you play with other human beings is you're kind of groaning when things go wrong or laughing when things go your way. Maybe punching each other a little bit or laughing in each other's faces and saying, you know, don't let Mark buy Smith or here. He's going to screw us like he did last time. It generates really fun interaction. So we have 28,000 as our overall colony score. By the end of the game, there's like different endings depending on how good your score. You need 60,000 to be considered surviving barely, I think. I'd have to look up all the numbers, but there's different levels. I think it's below 60,000 and you all die. So we're about halfway done with the game. We're not quite there to halfway in the score. I mean, that planet quake with these guys invested so much into mining really hurt their scores. What am I going to do this turn, though? I think I said something before, but I can't even remember. Let me try to imagine the map before we get into the land grab. I don't think I want more energy for sure. I guess at least food or Smith or crystite. I guess I could go for more crystite. I don't know. Well, let's glance at the map. Maybe I'll grab that blue that's next to my Smith ore because that's at least adjacent. Then I'll figure out what to do with it. Cool. Land sale over there. I guess Green's probably going to want that. He has a lot of money and it's next to his stuff already. No, he doesn't want to. I guess he's not actually rich anymore, Green. He's only got about 1,000. This price is insane, isn't it? Why am I going up? To screw... Okay, I should probably not try to screw orange. Coming down just in case he tries to cheat me. So he bought it for 942. And there's another one there. Starting is 882. I want to get it. I don't even know what I want to do with this land at this point. I could definitely get it. There's no other competition basically. I'm gonna move along while I think about it because that makes the timer go slower. I don't know. I'll do it. I figured I had the money, so another one for sale. This one is next to me and orange. Do I want to buy another for 822 though? I'm gonna pass. Oop, negative. Oh, it's the mischievous Black Elves. I know this one. Mischievous Black Elves broke into your storage. What does this one? Steal your food? Your storage shed and stole half your food. Okay, I'll be making enough. It's fine. What I basically sold down to my critical level, which means I should have like 4 or 5. So now I'm at like 2 or 3, and I'll produce enough to make up for that. Anyway, do I want to make more food though? I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I actually want to do here. If I make another food and Smith ore, then I'll have 3 of each, which will give me that economies of scale bonus. So maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, let's just do it. What? Oh, I have the food shortage now, damn. Because of the damn mischievous Black Elves. Which one do I want? I guess food. So my timer at the right is shorter because I have a food shortage. I try not to do the food shortage thing. I try to avoid that when possible. Some players just try to deal with it sometimes. That's not my style. I like to have the time. And it's usually not that expensive to maintain like 2 farms. Some people just go like all out on like Smith or something though. Your mule won the colony tap dancing contest. You collected $200. I think I'm going to move that food to the left and put Smith or where the food I just placed is, because then I can have the two Smith ores that are adjacent and get the bonus. You can actually sell your land in this game, by the way, if you need the cash, I guess, or you think like, for example, if the computer players never do this, by the way, but if this guy wanted to sell his high crystite plot, for example, he could probably get at least like 1,000 from us. Just a made-up number, but I would imagine that I would go pretty high. Radiation. Oh, my mule went crazy. So sometimes your mule, this random event just makes your mule go crazy. He runs off and he's gone. So I lost that energy plot, unfortunately. I still have the plot, I just don't have the mule on the mule producing energy. Which is probably fine, because I'm probably a little overkill with the energy right now. Like, crystite is not living up to its potential. It's supposed to be getting like an average of 4, according to the little dots in the plot. But I'm getting like 2 Eternish. And Smith ore is still at 57. Maybe that's the lower boundary of it, because we're selling a ton of Smith ore. It has 41 units. The store has 41 units. They'll still keep buying though. And poor purple has no money and no Smith ore. Now, one thing to consider when you're buying and selling is when your score is tabulated, each good you have, it doesn't matter what kind it is. What the hell's going on? Okay. My emulator's going nuts, sorry. I think I accidentally enabled like the super speed mode or something. So I hope I didn't miss a whole auction or something there. What's going on? It's not in warp speed mode. Let's try slowing it down to 10%. See if that fixes it. Uh-oh. Okay, so now it's just going super slow. Go back up, please. Up, 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 up. Shoot. Okay, it just had a spasm. I don't know. So crystite's a good 116, so I will sell. Did I lose the sound now? Sheesh. Let me see if I can fix that. Sound went off, okay, because of something I did. That was that weird warning that popped up. Jeez, look at green, holy crap. I have a feeling these people going nuts with crystite might actually manage to pull ahead of me. Uh-oh. Now I have an error with my YouTube preview. Is everybody seeing this okay still? Things are falling apart all around me. Food. Okay, I just refreshed my preview page, my stream control page, whatever you call it, and it seems okay now. But the preview window said there was an error, so I have 13 surplus, and they need 6 between 4 purple and 2 green. Orange has 1 extra. The store has something. They can sell them for 62. How much does the store have? I think I missed that. No, it's 4 units. Okay, I guess I'm gonna come down then. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a ton of spoilage. Yeah, I've probably got too much food at this point. I have to really come down. So yeah, I'll convert food to something, I guess. I don't think it's really worth maintaining the 3. I have the two on the rivers will be plenty. Because especially now that I sold somebody to the store, I don't really see food being worth a ton in the future. We're the only two who care about energy. Surplus of 8 and 11, and they need 8 and 9. The store has what? 13? Okay. Maybe I'll just go a tiny bit below the store. Well, he's not going down. I could... but if they buy out the store, there's not going to be much more to sell at that point. Because they won't need that much more. So I will sell at the store level of 89. Making money. Okay, I'm at critical level. They're buying out the store now, I guess. They did not quite buy out the store. And Orange is just holding on to his surplus because he likes to spoil energy, I guess. Green is in third, actually. I was worried about his massive crystite sales putting him in the lead, but I have a feeling he's low on... I was going to say I was feeling he's low on goods, but he's actually not. He's low on land is what he's low on. He has the lowest land score of everyone. So the land scoring is a little bit obscure, but the land is worth... Each ply is worth 500, and then the mule you put on it, plus its outfitting cost adds into that, I think? That's why you see weird numbers like Green's land value is 45.75. So it's 500 per land, and then all the mule and outfitting adds up into that too. My land is worth 64.50. That's where I'm doing pretty well. Also doing well in money. And goods, you know, if you hoard a lot of goods, it gets spoiled usually. The Christie and Smith ore don't spoil unless you get above 50 of them. So you can kind of hoard them unless you get too ridiculous. But at this point, I don't know what my strategy is. I think I want to move off food. And what do I want to grab here? I guess that second one. The one next to the crystite would be good to grab. I got it. I don't even know if that's good to grab, but it's okay to grab. Land for sale. That's next to mine. Let's do it. Starting at 403. Yeah, I'm going up. Okay, orange is out. Green is still going. I'm still going. Green is still going. I'm still going. What do I want to pay for this? I don't know how high I want to go. I think limit will be like 900. I don't need to spend more than 900. Okay. Another land for sale. Now, every time there's subsequent lands for sale, like 2 in a row like this, the second sales price is based on the last one. I guess the store figures, well, if that one sold for 900, then so will this one. Oops, wrong button. So this is starting at actually 847. And of course, Green wants to grab that up. Maybe because I made fun of him for being low on land value before. I didn't really make fun of him. I just pointed out the fact. Jesus Christ, I'm going high. I'm going to stop at 1100. I moved down just in case he tried to screw me. Because if you don't do that, he can just jerk his joystick down real quick, and then he makes you in the lead, and you cannot catch up at that point. You'll be stuck in the lead because you're both holding down, and you move at the same pace. Anyway, I decided that I want to move away from food probably, but it's like I don't know what to do. Let's see if I can get any crystite value out of anything I have here. I think that's my best bet at this point. Sometimes the economies can get really wacky, but right now it's not too crazy. Let's see if like Smith ore is pretty much always going to be what it's at. Food is never going to get too crazy anymore, I don't think. Medium over there, let's do it. guess I should have realized that. That's next to the high that's, what, above it? Yeah, the high, see it has 3 dots, that means it's high, I think? Or is, wait, there's 2 highs right there? That's weird. Anyway, let's go. I don't know, what do I want to do? I guess I'm Wampus hunting. Wampus is jumping all over. The way the Wampus seems to work generally is if you, by the way, it's a little black dot that appeared on the mountains, and it disappeared after like 2 seconds. So you heard a soft clicking sound, and that means it appeared on one of the mountains. And what seems to happen is if you stop moving it, when it reappears, it'll appear on the same mountain. So you have to stop moving while it's peeking its head out. And then when it goes away, again, you move towards it. And then you stop when it peeks out again if you're not on top of it. At least that's how I think it works. It could be I'm making it up. That seems to be how it works generally. So it's never guaranteed. Anyway, I kind of missed the message here, but he got a grant of $150. This is Orange's turn. Why is my button not working? So I have 2 plots doing nothing. Next turn, the last plot is going to be granted. And unless I'm in last place, I'm not getting it. So what I have is what I have for the rest of the game at this point. Even though I'm getting it on the Crystite game, I'm kind of hoping that Crystite prices don't go too high because green's going to make such a killing if it does. A wandering space traveler repaid your hospitality by leaving 2 bars of Smith ore. More Crystite for him. Production. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of food again. All the Crystite is wiped out. Holy crap. Well, I just added more Crystite, but I feel like I came on top considering how much that hurt purple and green. That's gonna destroy them. That's an argument for not hoarding your Crystite, by the way. You get there's like a limit. I think 2 pirate ships per game. I think we've seen 2 now. But wow. Although, like I was saying earlier, we have to consider the whole colony score too. So that might hurt us all collectively as well. Smith store, there's a ton in the store. Orange is a ton. I have a good amount. Blah blah blah. I guess I'm selling again. I could get crazy, and since I have a high amount of money, what I could try next turn, it's too late now, but I could try next turn is try to buy all of what they're selling, and then maybe I can get the price to drive up. The problem is it's kind of late in the game at this point. There's only 12 turns, and we've just sold another whatever, like 40 or so probably. So that might not work. It would be fun to try though. Sometimes, probably the weak part of this game is the last couple of turns can be pretty uneventful. Because everybody's got all their lands, you just kind of sit there walking around, maybe trying to hunt the Wampus if you can. Okay, so I am food god again, and they are what? Green is starving, and orange is not great. What does the store have? Store has... So I have 9 extra, and they have a need for 6. Store has 12 units. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go to the store level probably. I cannot gouge them too much. They'll just buy what they need from the store, and then the rest of my surplus will spoil. Come on, orange. Come up, you loser. Not budging. Come up. Come up. I'm getting angry. I don't want to. I don't want to have a lot of spoilers, so I'm going down to the 15, unfortunately. Of course, I could play it as try to drive up the store price and let them spoil for now. I don't remember enough about how the math precisely works to do that very well. Energy, okay. I think I'm still owning in this area too, but it looks like purple, orange is doing pretty crazy too. Jesus. Okay. Stop pinging me, Scott. That's my friend Scott always texting me. Alright, so they need 8 and 10, and we have 13 and 14 extra. Wow. Sheesh. Store has 6 units. We could let them buy it out. Let's try that. Let's just try that. Unless orange comes down. I'll come down first. Yeah, I know. Okay, orange is coming down, so. Damn it. I wish it kind of displayed like your surplus info constantly because I don't remember. So I don't remember precisely how many I have, and a quarter of it's going to spoil if I don't sell. Let's just sell like, I don't know, 8 of them or something. Hopefully I got it decently. So I have 5,800 now. I might just go for my Smith ore strategy that I mentioned. So the idea would be next turn I buy all the Smith ore that they're selling. I have to be careful though. If I go over 50, it spoils. But I might try that. We'll see how many units of Smith ore they have. So colony scores at 38k. We need 60k to survive. I don't know if we're gonna get there. My lead is pretty good. I keep getting concerned about green's level of crystite, but his score is still pretty crap. Orange is more of a danger. Orange has 10k, I have 14k. And then green and purple have 7 and 6. So land grab, I'm probably not going to get this. I know I'm not going to get it actually. And now I decide what else I want to do. I don't know. Did I ever check the top right for crystite? I don't even remember. I don't think it has it. Yeah, I don't think it can have it. So what do? I don't know. I can go Wampus hunting. I could just plop down more crystite. I don't remember if you can get crystite if it doesn't have at least low. Like, do you just always produce nothing? I can't remember. But if I do put one at the top right and it can produce maybe 1 a turn by default, then I would get 2 a turn on average. I don't know. So this is kind of where it kind of gets less exciting towards the end of the game because it's like I don't really have anything I actively want to do. Well, I can remake that energy mule that I lost before. I don't know. Probably don't need it, but getting a little silly. Let's go Wampus hunting now, though. You know, just for my own personal information, I'll put crystite on the top right and see if it does anything. Because that should be a no crystite plot. But it might be it produces 1 anyway. This will be my own little quest for knowledge. And if it does help, if it does get at least 1 a turn, it'll give the bonus because it's next to the other crystite plot. So that'll be good in that way. If it works that way. Should know by now. I've played this game a million times. Wampus is down there. Let's get him. Time's running out. Nope. $152 gambling. Oh, Orange's random event was he just lost his plot of land. You lost a plot of land because the claim was not recorded. Oh, that sucks. That'd be like if you had if you own a house or you own property and For some reason, the town has no record of you owning it, so they come to take your land back. That's why you have to have your own deed, I guess. That's a funny coincidence. Green happened to get the random event of being granted a plot of land. So he got the one land that was open from the one that got destroyed by or stolen from Orange. Got an extra plot of land to encourage colony development. And of course he puts more crystite there. Purple. Purple goes, oh, it's actually making energy, wow. And he put energy on his river too. Planet quake, mining production half of normal again. Sheesh. I'm trying to think, is that might be beneficial to my Smith-Orr purchasing strategy, because I know I won't go over the limit of 50 or the yeah. So yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna try purchasing tons of Smith-Orr from them because I have a lot of money, and I'll try to drive up the price and then sell it when either I get close to that spoilage level of 50 or when the price just gets high, whichever comes first. So let's try that. It's just so we're not sitting around waiting for the game to end, basically. So there's a ton of Smith-Orr. But the store has 84 units. I don't know. Actually, I don't think it's going to work because nobody's buying mules anymore. So I'm going to just sell two, I guess. Yeah, 84 units, and they don't get made into mules because the mule corral is full, and nobody's buying because all the plots are full, basically. I mean, I guess a couple could be bought still. Oh well, I was hoping to have a fun attempt to corner the market here, but it's possible it still works because I don't 100% know the way the economy works in this game. I know most of it, but it's not all laid out for you in the rule book. Some of it is, but not all of it. So you have to kind of figure it out, and some of it's a mystery to this day to me. So crystite is really good. I might just buy that because they're gonna sell. They have like no money, and they tend to just sell crystite like mad anyway. Orange is gonna try to beat me to it though, so I'll go one notch above Orange and buy for 72. Why did it knock me down to 60? Oh, I guess I shouldn't complain because it's still going to me. It's not going to Orange, it's going to me. I think that was a bug, but I'm not sure. Food's not really worth anything anymore. Am I really the only one making food? I think I missed that. So they have a need of 15, and I have a surplus of 8, and the store has what? Let's see if I can play this right, maybe. The store has 15. That's exactly their need, unfortunately. Alright. I mean, I could play that they buy out the store and then we'll drive up food, but I'll have some spoilage in the process. Let's try it. Let's just try something interesting. So we'll try that. So they're going to buy out the store exactly now. And I'm the only one making it. And I'm going to not sell to the stores with the hopes of driving up the price. So the store's out of food as of right now. And I'm apparently the only one producing it. So, you know, just having fun. Because I'm going to have spoilers. I don't know if it'll be worth it. I don't know if it'll be worth the gamble I'm making. Energy. So now we have, who was it? One of these guys is actually making more energy now. I think it's Orange. Maybe it's Purple. Yeah, actually Orange was already making a ton of energy with me, but now Purple's actually getting in the game a little bit. 19 surplus, jeez. Yeah, I don't think I can try to play the same game here because Orange needs to dump his too. So I will sell at probably I'll go down and try to beat Orange and see what happens. Yeah, so he's coming down cautiously. I'll just try to stay a step ahead of him. Okay, he beat me to purple, unfortunately, so I'll have to sell it at the low price of 22 to the store. I forget my surplus again. Okay, so overall I had a 19 surplus. Orange is actually going to be spoiling a bunch. I don't know what he's doing. Why he's doing this? He only sold 5, and he had about as much as I did, if I remember correctly. Again, that's just AI limitations, I suppose. But yeah, it's a game. I'm gonna try to round up people to net play this sometime. It's some of these emulators. I play on RetroPie, which uses RetroArch, and RetroArch has what are called RetroArch cores, which are essentially the emulators. And some of them, basically, long story short, some of them work with NetPlay and some do not. If I can get this or the Atari NetPlay working, this is Commodore, then I can play with people on the net. So let me know if you're interested, by the way, anybody watching. We could play 4-player and stream and hang out and chat with people. Anyway, we're at 41k as far as the colony goes. And I am doing well. I'm at 15k, Orange has 10k. So I might just want to think about helping the colony at this point. I don't know. Yeah, so no new plots. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might actually convert something of mine to food, maybe an energy to food, because I'm attempting to be a greedy jerk with food, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Yeah, let's do it. Again, once in a while you just gotta say, it might be rationally the best strategy to sit here doing nothing, but let's just have fun. So I'm gonna turn this into food. Hopefully driving up the price, even if I have some spoilage. Will my profits kind of counterbalance the spoilage? I don't know. We're gonna try. Now let's hunt the Wampus with our extra time. Gotta keep my eyes peeled around the mountains and listen for the click. The Wampus, so we go to the pub and drink instead. Food, Smith, or gambling. He's going all in on Crystite if we didn't know that already. Literally all in at this point. It's like nothing else he's producing. Purple's actually making food. So only Purple and Orange are making one food. They have one food mule each. Another devastating blow to the mining mules. Oh my goodness. Wow. Although as I said earlier, I might just want to think of the community collectively at this point, but they're all every one of them is invested heavily into either Crystite or Smith, and it's just going to hurt them all. Alright, I will, let's see if I can pull off this robbing people, price gouging people for food kind of thing. The Purple's top mule for food did not produce anything. I'm not sure why. I guess he might have an energy shortage. I don't remember where he left off with energy. So if you don't have enough energy, then all your mules will not produce. Alright, Smith order the 57 again. I'll just dump it. $93 units at the store. How did Green get so broke? Oh yeah, he put all his eggs in one basket, as they say. Oh yeah, look at Crystite's price. Now is definitely the time to sell. Holy crap. That's the highest it's been all game. Even though we had the half production, look at green. Holy crap. Wow. I'm definitely coming down to 144. So these guys had about, green and purple had about 200 and 400 respectively, and now look at their money. Holy crap. Oh. I did pretty good for myself too, look at that. If I do say so myself. Alright, did I pull off the food thing? The store is not, yeah, it's pretty low basically. But if they come begging, oh god. Alright, let's see if they want to beg for food. I don't know. 5, 5, and 2, so I can sell them 12. Alright, let's see if they come up. Woohoo! Orange is being hesitant. He doesn't want to go too high. Oh, I messed up. I didn't want to get orange down to the buy area because I'll miss out on selling some. Okay, let's let these guys run it up really high then. Okay, gotta come down. Go do it. 165 each to purple. Hopefully I can get down to green before the time runs out. Oh. Alright, so I have a lot of spoilage and did not do as well as I could have there. But hopefully next turn the price will be jacked. And I did make some money there. Okay. Energy, once again, I seem to be the only one who cares about energy. Orange cared more before, but he's converted some of his energy mules into food. Okay, so I have a surplus of 8. They have a need of 19, and the store has 23 units. So I'm going to go to the store level of 46. But yeah, this game is so much fun with 4 players because everybody's got their own strategies, and you react to each other. Like if you see someone else starting to move away from Smith Thor, and you say, well, I could actually get into that market and be the only one. But these AI guys are just dumb. And you know, you can the auctions can get more interesting because they're less predictable. You know, the way people behave. They might mentally say, I'm not going a penny above 70, and you know, maybe they kind of bluff and go up more anyway, or whatever. It's like the communication combined with the human factor makes it really cool. I have over 10 grand in money. That big Christite sell-off, I think, did a good job on our colony score. Yeah, now we have 55k, so we should make our 60k, I would think. And I'm a little concerned green might actually catch up to me with another. All he needs is one. He's so invested in Christite. All he needs is one turn of a high Christite price, and he might actually catch up to me. All right, I think I'm just gonna Wampus hunt. Do I want to convert energy again to food? I don't even know. I'll just leave it alone. And Wampus hunt. Wampus, where are you? Hello, Wampy. Come on. There he is. And now he's over there. There's like a trick to it. If you stop moving at the right time, he's less likely to teleport elsewhere. Oh. Oh, damn, I missed him by like an inch. I had good Wampus hunting luck at the beginning of the game, but not so much towards the end now. We're on the second to last turn, by the way. Food shortage decreases time. Poor baby. Definitely, if you want to play a modernized version of this game, check out Planet Mule. The only problem with it, I don't think Planet Mule has been updated in a while, and it uses Java. It uses an old Java at that. You have to have specifically Java 6, and that's old by now. And it can be a pain to set up if you can't get Java 6 installed, basically. Alright, production, what will happen? I didn't see any negative or random effects, so I think something might happen after the production. It's just my spidey sense. I think, and generally if you don't see something before production, something happened after. And that could be a pest attack. It could be a pirate ship already. No, not pirate ship. It could be, yeah, it could be pirate ship, but we already saw 2. So I think there's no more for the game. I think just one or did I call it a pest attack? Okay. Freaking pest attack. Man. Eating my food, damn it. That's my money, what's the term? My cash crop. It's literally a crop, and it's a cash crop. It's my cash cow, maybe? Alright, let's see if we can manage some food profits anyway. I wonder if I should have gotten out of Smith or a few turns ago. That's what green and purple did, not that it's necessarily smart. I mean, what I meant by that is it's not necessarily a smart thing just because they did it. Because they're dumb AI. Jeebus. Christi is low now. Here's the deal. On the last turn, what the computer players do is they never buy, never sell. They sit there dead quiet. And the reason is because the final score figures in the current value of each good as part of your score. And so therefore, if you sell anything or buy anything, it's just a wash. It doesn't make a difference. Also, nothing can spoil anymore. Nothing can get used anymore because it's the last turn. So basically, on the last turn, there's no reason to do anything for the auction. Look at food. Too bad I'm about to spoil so much, and I didn't produce as much as I'd like because of the pest attack. But let's see what I can do in this. This is going to be my one. Yes, this is going to be my moment. Alright, they have a need for 7. And I have 18. Alright, I probably should not let them drive it up too much because I want to be able to dump a lot at the store for 102. This is going to be pretty good though. And there's no sense saving it for sales next turn, but for the reasons that I just explained basically. So they're coming up, and I don't want the store to fade out because they've come up too high. So I will stay at 137 and see if I can sell to them at that, and then come down to the store at 102 to sell the rest. Come on, one more. Come on, you can do it, purple. Come on, purple, you moron. Come on. Now, if a person was playing let's say a person was playing purple, he knows that I want to dump the rest at the store, so he might not be willing to come up, and he might say, I know you want to come down because you're not going to get to sell to the store if you don't, and the time's running out. Then I would be like, you got me, and I would come down and sell for a little bit less. So that's kind of the fun human element that we're missing here, the negotiation. pressuring people into taking action. But I still have fun with this with computer players anyway. So I can sell some energy. Again, I'm probably just going to stay at the store level. I think they have a need of 9 and 10. And we have a surplus of 3 and 12. And the store has, what? 9 units. If they buy out the store, will they still come up? Okay, let's try it. I think orange is going to go down, though. Yeah, because we can hopefully make them beg. The store only has 9, and they are now sold out. And up they come begging. I saw orange start to go down, so I made my move. I didn't want to miss out. So I didn't quite get as much as I'd hoped, but I got some. Some good money. Orange loses out. Look at him. He didn't get to sell his surplus. Oh, I'm sorry, Stu, you did not get notified. But welcome. I have a feeling you know this game, given that you know every old game. This is pretty famous for early 80s computer games. But yeah, we're wrapping this up almost. We're on the last turn, turn 12. I'm playing single player MULE. Oh, yeah, it sucks that you didn't get notified though. So we got our 65k colony score by Danny Button-Barry. You are right. So 60k is like the bare minimum to do well enough to be considered a winner. I don't think we're going to get the level above that. I guess some combination of me being rusty and them being dumb AI characters. Alright, yep, so I'm just gonna go Wampus hunting for my last turn. I'll check your large message in a second, Stu. Oh, Wampus went down. Back up. I missed him. There's like a trick to it. You have to stop moving in a certain way, a certain timing. Oh, come on. Oh, damn it. No Wampus for me. Ooh. Let's see what Stu says. I saw a stream where Mike Matei was going through all the NES games. He got to this one, tried to play it, and was like, what the F is this? This game is generally expensive in the original folder. The IBM PC version is crazy rare. Yeah, I only learned like very recently that there even was an IBM PC version. I was checking on highscore.com. Does anybody have a score on this for this game? I mean, and I saw that there's a PC version, and I was like, huh, I never heard of that. But my my family's Commodore 64 version in the folder should still exist. My dad has been cleaning our basement, and he just emailed me, do you want any more of these games and manuals and stuff? He said he was going to keep the cartridges, but he asked me, do you want these boxes for manuals? And I was like, hell yeah. And he was like, all right. He said he'll give me, and I said, if any of my siblings want to lay claim, that's fine too. But if anything you're going to throw out, please send my way. I mean, he was basically poised to possibly even throw out this game's manual and box for all I know. Or the folder, I guess you would say. We didn't get into the specific games or which systems in that conversation, but he's just trying to clean his basement where he's got tons of junk, and I guess some games or at least some manuals and boxes are coming my way, probably games too. And then he followed up by saying he wants to keep Pac-Man and Dig Dug. My dad used to be so obsessed with Dig Dug. He was like the best player I've ever seen at it too. Not that I've, seen hardcore experts at the game, but he was better than any of my family or friends, basically. Alright, so this is the last turn, which unfortunately is a little less exciting because you just sit there during the auction phase. Like I said earlier, there's no reason to buy or sell. But the final score tally is kind of a nice climax to the game. and you get to see your character run up the middle if he is the champion, and the whole sprite of your character gets large. PC version was published by IBM. That's interesting. So not Electronic Arts. Wow. I wonder if anybody is showing that on YouTube. I wouldn't mind seeing how it differs. This is one of my largest game obsessions, I would say. Mule. Planet Mule is pretty cool, as I was telling the other guys earlier. But Planet Mule only has network play. They never added like couch co-op. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, we'll see if he catches up to me with that crystite on hand. But the value is only 76, so it's not crazy valuable. Cool, Stu. Yeah, this is definitely a great game to play with other people. If I can figure out how to get it set up, I definitely want to try a net play version of this. I was trying to get my friend to join me on stream today, but he's too busy. I kind of gave him late notice. I only decided this is what I wanted to play at like 5 p.m. today. I was like, oh, I didn't really prepare a yearly stream for arcade games. So, I could play some, I don't know, I could play Genesis again or Commodore. And I decided, a tournament game, which is a 12-turn game of Mule, takes about 2 hours, which is my preferred length of this stream anyway. So why don't I just play a game of Mule? I tried to get my friend on board, but that didn't work out. And I know I could probably get a 4-player net play version if we can get, a 4-player game going if I can get the technical issues resolved. You just make it happen. Another friend of mine, he really loves this game too. And I think he has the original Atari hardware with like 4 joysticks. I think this is the guy I used to work with. He unfortunately had to leave the company due to layoffs, but from COVID. But I think he brought an Atari into work with 4 joysticks and was trying to get people to play, but he never got around to assembling people. So I'm sure I could get him to join me online. Yeah, you would be welcome too, Stu. Maybe we could get 4-player. So my 2 friends and you, or whatever. Alright, so I am the winner, and I'm running up the middle, and my sprite's about to get large. Okay, I'm the first founder, but I believe we only just barely won, so we're going to get a message that's kind of like lukewarm sounding. It's going to be like, well, you survived, if I recall correctly. Okay, let's read the message. We have 76k total. Overall, the colony was a success. Okay, we did alright then. You have met the minimum standards set by the Federation. But your life will not be easy. Okay, so that was saying you won, you didn't do great. There's multiple levels of it. It all depends on that colony score at the bottom. And as I said earlier, you try to, when you play this game, you try to balance maximizing your individual score. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Try to balance maximizing your individual score and the collective colony score at the same time. So if you screw somebody too bad with a bad deal, the colony might not, the colony score might suffer. If you make somebody starve, because you're really ruthless with your food trading, then that could affect the colony score. So you try to not screw anybody too bad. And maybe if somebody's way behind you, you actually are extra nice to them. So that's an interesting line that you have to walk in this game. And that's M.U.L.E, and it worked out to be exactly a 2-hour stream. So that was perfect timing. And it was fun to play this again. I hadn't played it in a while. I actually played this on a stream before, but that was when I was using Twitch a while ago. I was probably at least 5 years ago at this point. I started off streaming on Twitch, and it wasn't scheduled. It wasn't really organized in any way. It was very random. Not that this is a super high production, but my son and I would just play random games on emulators once in a while. I would show him like, Ninja Turtles beat 'em ups and stuff like that. And one time we played this, Anyway, I moved to YouTube eventually. No problem, Stu. I wish it would notify you, but obviously you're not obligated to watch every stream fully. Yeah, Twitch didn't quite do it for me. Actually, if I had to name anything specific, it was once in a while. Well, I would try. They had a feature where you can archive your streams to YouTube, so it would connect to YouTube and plop them there. But it worked a few times, and then it stopped working, and it said something like unknown error 57. And I tried getting Twitch support to help me, and I got nothing back from them. So that was one reason why I was like, yeah, screw this. Then on top of that, I started doing like pre-recorded videos on YouTube of like my Tunnels and Trolls plays and stuff like that. So I kind of thought it would be nice to just integrate everything together in here. And so far I like the streaming experience quite a bit on YouTube as well. So yeah, it doesn't save the stream by default. That's right. So that's how I wound up on YouTube. And generally, I don't know, the culture is different too. I feel like, I guess it depends on who you attract to your stream, but I feel like there's more of that kind of, I don't know, modern gamer culture going on Twitch where people are like doxing each other and being jerks and you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like a different feel to it. And people calling each other noobs and whatever. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up there. That is M.U.L.E, one of my favorite games of all time. Would be awesome to get 4-player going at some point. But that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks Arturo. Thanks Stu. Thanks whoever else was watching. I had 5 viewers at one point. It said a whole 5 viewers. That's all I got. So the schedule, the expected schedule will be to probably next stream on Saturday night for our Saturday night gaming stream, which I had to cancel last time, unfortunately. But I think it'll probably happen this week. Maybe we'll continue our in-progress game of Stone Story RPG, which has been a lot of fun so far, but I'm not sure. Okay, bye Stu, bye Arturo, good night, and take care.